হ্যালো গাইস, তো আজকে আমরা চালু করছি দ্য আর্কন কোয়েস্ট, সুমেরু আর্কন কোয়েস্ট। কি ছিল? দ্য কালপা ফ্লেম রাইজেস, এরকম করে নামটা ছিল। কিন্তু গাইস আজকে আমাদের ভিক্টরি ল্যাপ, কারণ আমরা দ্য গডকে মেরে দিয়েছি এখানে। তো চলো। তো গাইস আমরা যখন মনস্টারে ঢুকেই পড়েছি, তখন কয়েকটা জিনিস একটু বানিয়ে নিতে চাই। সেটা হচ্ছে ওয়াগনারকে দেব কয়েকটা জিনিস আমি বানাতে। আমাদের ফোর্জ কিউজ আছে 4টে, তো আমরা পাঁচটা পাঁচটা করে গাইস দিয়ে দেবো। বেসিক্যালি গাইস আমাদের যেহেতু আজকে মানডে, নট আ ভেরি ফান ডে, তো আমরা আমাদের ব্যাটল পাস রেস করার মিশনগুলো জলদি জলদি একটু শেষ করে নেব। ক্লেম অল, এইটাতে গাইস একটা মিশন শেষ হয়ে যাবে। আর আমাদের মনস্টার হ্যাশ ব্রাউন, আরে ভাই ইউরি তোমার সাথে কোনো কথা নেই আমার। আহ, আহ। আচ্ছা একটা ব্যাপার গাইস, সেটার সাথেও আমার কেন কথা? এটা কি ব্লাবার ক্রিম? লার্ন করে নি। আর এটা হচ্ছে রেসিপি ক্রিস্প প্রশান্ত কম্বো। তো গাইস এখানে আমরা বানিয়ে নেব 20টা মনস্টার হ্যাশ ব্রাউন। আর 5টা গাইস আমরা বোনাসেও পেয়ে গেছি, তো ভেরি গুড, ভেরি নাইস, অনবদ্য। তো গাইস একটু পটেটো লক্ষ্য রাখতে হবে আমাদের, কিন্তু পটেটো এবার লাগবে। আমাদের পটেটো স্টক ফুরিয়ে আসছে। জাস্ট গাইস কয়েক মিনিট, বেশি টাইম খাবো না এখানে। আমরা মাইন্টেন আইটেমস এখান থেকে তুলেছি, এখানে ফোর্জ 20 আইটেমস, কুক 20 আইটেমস তুলেছি। ডিফিট বস অপোনেন্টস 10 টাইমস, ওইটাও করতে হবে। গাইস ট্রাউন্স ডোমেইন আমাদের 3বারটা রাখবো। যদি আজকে টাইম পাই আজকে দুটো করব, কিন্তু গাইস আমরা অরিজিনাল লেসিন ফুরিয়ে ফেলেছি, সো আজকে আমাদের হবে না। নট আ প্রবলেম গাইস, আমরা কালকে একটু জমিয়ে রাখবো ইয়েটাকে, অরিজিনাল রেজিনটাকে, সো আমরা কালকে এগুলোকে করতে পারবো, যদি আমরা এগুলোকে আজকে শেষ করে ফেলতে পারি। সো গাইস কত ছিল হার্ডলি এগুলো? ব্যাটল পাস 11 এর লাস্টে চলে গেল। ঠিক আছে গাইস, কোনো ব্যাপার নয়। আজকে আমরা একটু খুশি আছি, কারণ আমাদের চ্যাপ্টার 3 অ্যাক্ট 5 কমপ্লিট হতে চলেছে। চলো গাইস নেভিগেট করে নেব গান্ধার্ব ভিলেজে। তো গাইস সর্দি লেগে আমার একটু অবস্থা টাইটই হয়ে গেছে, তোমরা গলাটা শুনে এমনিই বুঝতে পারছো। কিন্তু তাও গাইস আমি ছাড়বো না, কারণ আমাকে রোজ একটুখানি গেনশিন খেলতেই হবে।
Good morning. Looks like you're awake. Yep, yep. I
তো
prepared
গাইস
some breakfast
অলির,
today. Please have a
ইলিয়াজার
taste.
আর
I hope you'll like it.
দুনিয়া সার্ডের
It's
এলিয়াজার
nice to have you here so
সবার
we can
সেরে
eat
গেছে।
something yummy. Well, now that I've recovered from Alizar, I'm feeling better than ever. I can even prepare 4 or 5 meals a day now. And Paimon bets they're all delicious.
ভাইমন তো বলবে।
Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night. Nope. Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up. Oh, ahem. We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar and celebrate Sino's reinstatement as the General Mahamatra. As heroes of Sumeru,
Guys,
please be sure
heroes
to
of
attend.
Sumeru.
I'll wait for you.
Heroes of Sumeru
The date of the banquet is written on the
Heroes
back.
of Sumeru
It's in
হচ্ছে
2 days. Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. That's amazing.
We were
Sometimes
just
I'm
doing
really
our
envious of strong and confident people like you.
You're missing Kokali.
You're embarrassing me. Anyway, let's go to the Grand Bazaar to have a look. Oh, before you leave, be sure to inform Master Tainari.
কিন্তু ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে গাইস টেনারিকে আমরা টানতে টানতে নিয়ে যাব কারণ শুধু আমাদের সেলিব্রেশন নয় শুধু টেনারি খালি আমাদেরই বন্ধু নয় জেনারেল মাহমাদ
Good morning.
সাইনোর
How do you feel today?
We feel much better. How about you?
I'm recovering well. Thanks for asking.
But from the looks of it, you seem to be already
It's fine. I'm not that busy, really. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Apasia. For now, I only need to tend to my forest watcher duties.
It seems once Irminsul started getting better, everything else started to recover too.
Yes, but there are still some residual effects. The withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing zones won't just disappear. We forest rangers will still need to do the work.
By the way, we have some good news. Sino got his position back.
This news is hardly new. He had already mentioned it to me before.
Huh?
Oh, yeah?
You mean he was already here? Why didn't he come to say hi to us?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting. He just asked me a few questions and left.
Then you probably already know all about the celebration feast.
Celebration feast? No,
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her letter that they would celebrate Sino?
Perhaps. Or, alternatively, he doesn't know about it either.
Come to think of it, Sino doesn't seem like the type who'd enjoy a celebration feast. You and Kale are both Sino's close friends. Why don't you come to the feast with us?
Kale has taken over some of my tasks these days. I don't think she'll have time for it. Not to mention me.
এ ভাই এরকম করলে কি করে হবে
You see, some VIPs have come to the forest recently.
Huh? VIPs?
Very
Very
important
important Paimons?
Well, technically speaking, they are former
Nice.
VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in the Avidia
Oh,
Forest, and the people they had previously imprisoned have all been released.
Huh?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't injured and his condition is stable. Lesser Lord Kusanali, in her boundless mercy, has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, they were ashamed of their shallow ideologies, and have decided to dedicate the rest of their lives to cultivating wisdom in the Avidia Forest. When they learned that
Kora
Lesser
ucit,
Lord
guys.
Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first, but also became happy, feeling that the sacred light guiding them on the path of discovering wisdom had begun to shine once again. As a result, work has increased for the forest rangers.
That sounds really exhausting.
There's nothing we can do, really. But that's another topic. Back to the matter at hand.
Ah, right! We're here to request permission to head out. Would that be okay?
You've recovered well. You may go. But
But
be
be careful.
careful.
Yay!
ভাইমনের গাইস হেভি নাচ চলো গাইস আমরা চলে যাব গ্র্যান্ড বাজারে। এটা বিগ বাজার বা এম বাজার নয় গাইস, এটা হচ্ছে গ্র্যান্ড বাজার। ये पब्लिक क्या
Well,
बोल
there
रही है?
won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time. Everything has already been prepared.
Mr. Zubair, I finished tallying things up here. Well, except for the guests.
Is a simple reply really that much to ask of our guests? It's affecting our arrangements.
Oh, it'll be fine. Besides, it never hurts to get things ready in advance.
I was thinking the same thing. The feast will be held soon. Hey, Nilu! Traveler, Paimon!
लीलू তোমার অর্ধেকখানি ঘিলু।
You're the best. The other... Huh? Are we the only ones that have... Yeah. I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests. But maybe everyone is still busy with other things.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of transition right now, but even if your friends are important figures, they shouldn't just ignore you. Nilu is Sumeru's #1 celebrity after all.
Oh yes, that is.
You have no idea how happy I am to talk to people with good taste.
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dances having good taste, then almost everybody has, because Paimon thinks everybody will love her performance.
That's right. We all think she's amazing too. Nilu is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Grand Bazaar. For Outlanders, you have a great eye. Master
Thank you,
Zubair,
thank you.
let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time. I think these two may win.
Nonsense. It is not for us to determine the value of an audience. But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good taste. I heard there's a device in Fontaine called a camera.
Ooh, good idea.
You guys are so funny. There's always a lot going on. Yeah. Traveler and
Shop
Paimon,
সময় guys, shop
could you
সময়।
help confirm if the letters were actually delivered? If for some reason they didn't receive the letters. Yeah, we can also check out how everything in When I wrote the letters, I heard that Dee asked for Sino. I'm not too sure about Ramon's whereabouts. As for Dunyarzad, I just hope she's feeling better. I sent her a letter, but I was afraid of disturbing her. If you have time, please ask about her for me. Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler.
চলো গাইস 4-5 জন আছে যাদেরকে আমরা বাওয়াল দিতে চলেছি। তো ফার্স্ট আমরা খুঁজে যাব আল হাইথাম। এটা হচ্ছে স্টেজ। তো গাইস আমাদের বন্ধু আলু হাইথামু কোথায়? ভাই বললেই হতো, ये ধরে চলে আসতাম। আলুয়া হাইথাম।
We haven't seen Al-Haytham anywhere. Let's ask that person over there. Hey there, have you seen Al-Haytham around?
Yes, it seems Scribe Al-Haytham has gone to the House of Dana. You should be able to find him there. But you're already the second group of people I've seen looking for him today. He must be quite the busy man.
Oh? Who else is looking for him?
Mr. Cave was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe how terrible their relationship is. And now you two are here. Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the sages.
No, no, not at all. আমরাই ঢুনেছি তোমাদের sages.
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought maybe everyone's is...
No. House of Dana মানে হচ্ছে guys library. এটাকে
Oh,
কাবে
Hatham should be
দাঁড়িয়ে
around here somewhere, right? Oh, he's over there. But it looks
Just put down that worthless book and tell me what happened in the academia.
This is not just some worthless book. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to find a physical book like this in Sumeru?
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway. Just put it aside. Listen, I came back today only to hear that the sages have disappeared.
Oh, you sound surprised. I thought you would already know the inside story.
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not me. So just tell me what you know already.
Well,
Huh?
oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Kasharawar. Besides, as a master builder and craftsman, chances are you'll be appointed as a sage too.
Why do I feel like you don't really mean it?
তো guys
What makes
কাবে
you say that?
sage হতে
Why
চলেছে
would you question my
আর কাবে
heartfelt
আমাদের
sincerity?
পার্টিতে রয়েছে
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about me before.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment, and anyone who knows you as well as I do would surely do the same.
You... See? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. Your ridiculous and arrogant attitude always gets in the way.
It seems that you really can't stand my personality.
Ha! What was your first clue?
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? Stooping to a new low, I see. Ugh, and don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Are they having a fight?
একদম they are having a nice
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy with your construction project? Tell me, when are you going to build yourself a mansion?
Don't get me started. I get angry just thinking about it.
So, what great building did our master architect work on this time?
Like I need to tell you. Keep your nose out of my business.
No, I think we deserve to know. Where were you when Sumeru needed you most?
I was in the desert
কি রে
for a large
কখন ঢুকলি
project,
তুই
but considering Haravatat's utter ignorance of
অনেক,
architectural and aesthetic matters, you probably
আমাকে
wouldn't
এখন
understand.
দেখালো আমি এতক্ষণ ওয়েট
Which is
করছি তুই
truly
ঢুকিস নি
unfortunate.
দেখতে কি হবে।
I can
Gonna
only
chop.
pity the man who doesn't understand the first thing about beauty and romance. Unlike a
তো
true...
guys আরকন কোয়েস্টে আমাদেরকে কাবেকে
wait a
ইন্ট্রোডিউস
second.
করে দিয়েছে
What do you mean by when
কিন্তু
Sumeru needed me most?
কাবেকে এমন পাবলিক
Well,
লাগছে
While
যে
you
আমাকে
were out
রাস্তায় ফেলে
fiddling
তুলতে
around in
ইচ্ছা
the
করছে।
desert,
কেন?
many people came together to save Sumeru from a crisis.
Ha! And you think I'd believe that?
Look, all
কাবে
you
I
really
will
need to
delete you
know is
from
that
the
Azar
party.
and all his accomplices have all been overthrown.
Huh? What nonsense are you talking about?
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage. Yours, though, on the other hand.
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
তো guys আল হয়তো আমার ফাইনালি ঝগড়া করা শেষ হয়েছে এবার আমরা চলে যাব আল হুইথামের কাছে আলোয়া হাইথাম
Oh, it's you two. What's the matter?
We're running some errands for Nilu. Have you received her letter?
Letter?
Nilu said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. We'll also be celebrating Zino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra.
If she addressed the letter to Alhaitham of the Academia, then the letter should have gone to my office. I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office. I only now have some free time to attend to personal matters.
This
Have you
is
always
your
been so
personal
busy with your
matter.
work?
Of course not.
বুঝতে পারলে
I'm only
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ।
busy these days because several sages have been dismissed recently and the whole academia was practically turned upside down.
Kainari told us they all went to train in the Avidia Forest. Apparently, they will spend the rest of their lives there.
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2 rational sages. To imagine such things could take place in the academia.
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Feels kind of strange to hear them called that after all this time. But then again, the 6 great schools sounded pretty
Yes. At least, it's said that when the academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools, each representing one of the 6 different types of wisdom. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans, attaching themselves to the 6 great schools, have stood the test of time and obtained permanent seats in the academia. Now, the 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6 great schools, and the leaders selected for the schools are the 6 great sages. Among the
Okay,
6
so
great
আমরা বুঝতে
sages,
পারলে
there is
এখন
one central leader,
কত
the
দর্শন
Grand Sage.
পড়ছে গ্র্যান্ড সেজ।
Unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were imprisoned for opposing Azar and were only rescued.
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools?
Yes. Normally, new sages.
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection in Sumeru.
Waimon has a
Yes,
point.
about that. You didn't let me finish my sentence. The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanali manage the academia. But I refused.
Huh? But why? Ugh, can't you be a little more ambitious?
আলাইতাম
I'm not
অকমার
even
ডিব্বা।
interested in being one of the 6 great sages. Like I said before, I don't like being a leader.
Oh, all right.
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the academia before the new sages take office. And the first thing I'll do is reject Kasharawar's application for funding.
By the way, who was that other person just now? Is he your friend?
Do we look like
Paimon doesn't know. That's why.
His name is Kave, my roommate.
কাবে
You could
Okay,
say he's the
আলাইতামের
representative
roommate.
for Ksharawar scholars. Which is exactly why he always has so many problems.
So
Vishal
everything that's
Baba,
happened
guys, Vishal
recently
Baba.
must be a huge change for the people of Sumeru.
Such is the work of the Academia Scroll.
Well, anyway, no matter.
Alright, I'll see you there.
তো গাইস আলহাইতাম বলে দিয়েছে যে পাবলিক আসছে। একা একা নিজের অফিসে বসে কাশছে। সব তো বোঝা গেল গাইস, কিন্তু পোর্ট অলমোসে এখানে যেতে আমাকে দিতে হবে পাওয়ার। কাকে দিতে হবে বাওয়াল? চুমনকে দিতে হবে বাওয়াল।
কেন ভাই আমি কি করলাম?
एमनी ऐसे ही अच्छा लगा। কি বুঝতে পারলে? অনুরাঙ্গা না গাইস, এখানে আমাদের পাওয়া উচিত এই আর কোনো খবর।
This is Port Ormos. Now where could you...
Is this Dunya's Art?
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Dunyarzad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I can go. I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it.
এদের অ্যাক্টিভ হ্যান্ড আছে
That's
guys.
right.
এদের
My
active
lady is
hand.
feeling better now, so I'm accompanying her for a walk.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my father of your resignation.
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady.
Resignation? You mean you're quitting?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much. It wouldn't be a problem.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that by now, my lady. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered. It's time for me to get back out there and chase that horizon.
So what are you gonna do?
I want to take a risky job and put my body to the test again.
So guys, they are চাই risky job.
We literally just finished one of the most dangerous jobs ever.
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I guess I still get... Life is short, and I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems in Sumeru.
Well,
You mean I'll hate them?
We just came from talking with Alhaith.
Did he tell you that he's...
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and Alhaitham told me that now was a good time to find a job in the academia, but only if I wanted to.
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither. But I think Dia would look great dressed up as a scholar.
তা ঠিক বলেছে guys.
Ugh,
They
forget
are
about it.
as a
I
scholar.
wouldn't last 10
বিশাল,
seconds in there.
বিশাল
Alhaitham probably just liked the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight, so he suggested I find some work in the academia.
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually agree and let you become a Matra. Because you're super
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Sino. I prefer to be free to live. In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right up my alley.
Even if being a mercenary means facing all...
A lion has to return to the...
I don't want to see you go, but I'll respect your decision.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again. Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will take a turn for the better. That makes me happy too. But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long, we'll be a dying breed.
So guys, এটা হচ্ছে
Well, no,
এই আর কি।
not yet at least. I promised my lady I'd stick around until next week.
So, have you been in Port Ormos this entire time? We were wondering if you had
Did Nilu...
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos, so she said...
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn that we're staying at. My lady has been very energetic lately and keeps taking me on hikes.
Right, and we tend to leave quite early in the morning, so the old man on duty is also usually dozing off.
So what it really sounds like is that the...
I bet the letter's at the reception desk. I'll go check.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter. Good thing Nilu asked us to come and check on that.
Sorry to make you two come on.
It must be something important for Nilu to
Yes, she said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar, and will also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra. She was hoping you could come.
So guys,
Great.
Sino's
I'll be sure to
reinstatement
attend.
as the General Mahamatra is the highlight of
Count me in too. But is there some sort of dress code or anything for the feast? Can I just show up looking like this?
Since it's being organized by Nilu, I don't think she'll be too picky about that. If anything...
All right.
The feast will be held in...
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Oh, but...
The General Mahamatra...
Oh.
But last time... As for Raman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to discuss with Sino. You can ask Sino. Don't mention it. You better...
All right,
চলো গাইস সাইনোকে খুঁজতে যেতে হবে তখনই আমরা পিসফুল কমিউনিটি রিপ্রেজেন্টেটিভকে দেখতে পেয়ে যাব সেই কারণে আমরা চলে যাব আরু ভিলেজে একটু বেশি পেছন দিকে হয়ে গেল না গাইস ঠিক আছে চলে যাব কোনো চাপ নেই কারণ আমাদের যে লোকেশনটা দিয়েছে গাইস এটা হচ্ছে আরু ভিলেজের একদমই পেছনের দিকে বেড়ালদেরও শান্তি নেই। তো গাইস সাইনো এখানে দাঁড়িয়ে আছে ধাইনো করতে করতে।
It's been a while since we last visited Aru village. Ah, there's Sino.
It's been a while.
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tanari agreed to let us leave, so now we're out and about again.
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
And Tanari is recovering well too.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him when we lost consciousness, right? Thanks for that.
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical skills, and Kale is quite attentive. It was the best place for—
But why are you—
I'm meeting some people.
Oh,
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. They're still at the usual place. But you know one of the people I'm meeting—
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me you've run into trouble and need us to help now.
Roman!
Oh, you know me?
Oh, well,
Don't worry, these are our friends. No need to be so guarded.
I see.
I'm doing well. Many good things have happened recently.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to—
oh, tell us.
Yeah,
Alright, well, I suppose I should start. I've decided to leave the academia.
What?
যাক তারা একাডেমিয়ায় ঢুকে তারপরে লিভ, এটা কি ধরনের ইলন মাস্ক গিরি হচ্ছে যে ড্রপ আউট হয়ে কোম্পানি খুলতে যাব?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar. But I have not completely given up on my relationship.
I can see what you're saying now.
What do you mean?
I plan to—
Wow, so
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from the desert. She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru. She came to discuss a collaboration.
Yes, it's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart people with the best aptitude for teaching. I'll teach them, and after they've finished learning from me, they can go— That is the true meaning of education.
The people of King Deshret suffer from sandstorm. The stars have always guided.
Oh, please. Where's all of this coming from? I'm starting to feel a little embarrassed.
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are accustomed to danger.
তো
and don't
গাইস
fear
ব্যাপারটা
death,
হচ্ছে
which is why we recognize extraordinary
রমনের
actions
একটু
that common
অন্যদিকে
people
নজর
will
যাচ্ছে,
easily overlook.
Sataria's idea will bring much good to many
চোখ আর
people.
অন্য কিছু একটু
At
সামলে নাও।
first, I feared it was destined to fail. Everyone knows that the academia doesn't allow scholars to teach in the desert without permission. As you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control, and very few desert dwellers are as lucky as me. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart, as if there were lightning bolts constantly— Sataria, you tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the academia's grasp. Sataria, why haven't you gone home? These words sparked something in me, and I gathered up the courage to approach the Grand Sage, only to find that he was no longer at the academia. Lord Sino told me that Azar didn't belong there anymore.
Azar has received much needed punishment. Though, if you ask me, it may have been too light.
Yeah.
You probably—
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the academia for the desert, and my plan was able to go smoothly thanks to—
you're all doing so much for the desert.
Aside from that, I also have some other business to discuss with Sino.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I've done some business for her, and part of it required the assistance of the Eremites. I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the academia, and sent them to several groups in the desert, as instructed by Lesser Lord Kusanali.
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical books and other related items. If it weren't for Sino and Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'm afraid we'd never be able to get our hands on them.
Apart from this,
তো ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে
academias, we
গাইস
must be
অনেক বকবক
persistent
করছে
about
ঠিকই
This is the
কিন্তু
first time in hundreds of. Remember
এটা
these
হচ্ছে
words.
সুমেরুর
Here lies our faithful
environmental
priest, Kasala.
development.
His wisdom is a miracle among the people. I hope people with wisdom like.
Enough about us.
No, not at all. Neither wanted to. A celebration feast will be held in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. At the feast will also be. Although, judging from your appearance, it seems you've already been reinstated. Paimon thought you would only start working for the academia after the feast.
Celebration? Feast?
Oh,
It's the first I've heard of it.
তো
Tenai
গাইস
was
নীলু
right.
পুরোটা
You really didn't know.
অর্গানাইজ করেছে যার জন্য
This
অর্গানাইজ
feast
করেছে
is for
সাইনোর
you,
কোনো আইডিয়াই ছিল
Sino.
না
Sounds to me like you'll have to be there.
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Sino. You must not like feasts very much.
No, not really. But I'll go.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides, I need to look after Miss Sataria in the desert, so I'll have to pass.
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. Although, if you'd be so kind, plead the messaging. I'm sorry for how I treated you before, but now I understand the beauty of you and the art you please keep.
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well.
Got it.
তো গাইস সবার কনফার্মেশন নেওয়া হয়ে গেছে এইবারে আমরা কি করব দেখে নিচ্ছি ওয়েট ফর দ্য ফিজ টু স্টার্ট 19 to 24 2 days later চলো গাইস ঘড়িতে চিং 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 করতে থাকুক আর আমরা করে নেব ফিউচারে টাইম ট্রাভেল তো গাইস স্টোরি কোয়েস্টেও এতগুলো কাটছি ঠিক কিন্তু ব্যাপারটা এটাই যে কাটসিন গুলো 30 fps এ নয়
Let's go to the Grand Bazaar and see how the celebration's coming along.
গাইস গ্র্যান্ড বাজারে যাওয়ার একটা কিছু ভালো উপায় খুঁজতে হবে কারণ বারবার এদিক ওদিক করে করে তারপরে ঝাঁপ মেরে মেরে যেতে হবে এটা রোজকার ব্যাপার হয়ে গেছে গাইস তো গাইস লোয়ারই তো বলছে বুঝতে পারলাম না কি ঘোটালা করছে এরা প্রেসার স্ট্রিট এখান থেকে সেই গাছের মধ্যে দিয়ে যেতেই হবে গাইস তো গাইস মোটামুটি দেখে যা লাগছে সবাই চলে এসছে
Everybody's already here. Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
You're here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some more.
But we're not late, are we? It's just that everyone else arrived ahead of time.
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's.
Nah, there won't be any speeches today.
Oh, really?
Come join us over here. Let's share some.
Everything looks quite.
Wow, Paimon can't wait. Travel.
তো গাইস ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে সামনে একটা পোডিয়ামের উপরে স্টেজের উপর বসে আমরা ফিস্টের পার্টিসিপেট করব যেটা হচ্ছে খাওয়া দাওয়াটা তো নিচে থেকে লোকজন তাকিয়ে তাকিয়ে দেখবে যে আমরা এখানে ফিস্ট
So
করতেছি।
delicious. Oh,
The food was specially
বাহ,
prepared.
বেশ
Everyone
ভালোই
that
লাগলো
came said that you saved
শুনতে এবং
Sumeru
দেখতে।
and wanted me to.
Feels kind of nice to be seen as a hero. I could get.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job.
My lady sure has a way with words.
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great.
Don't mention it.
come to think of it, we've really done something
We owe it to our abilities. And luck.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we hardly had a chance of succeeding?
That's how I remember.
It's luck that brought us together, and it was
কিন্তু
luck that
guys,
let us form
আরেকটা
a team.
ব্যাপার।
Then, it took
Dendro
even
Archonকে
more
ডাকা
luck for
হয়নি।
us to formulate a plan and implement it successfully.
যে আর্কেন উইজডমস
Moreover,
গডকে
judging
নামাতে
from the
সাহায্য করলো
results,
আমাদেরকে।
everything worked out well.
Yeah. Everyone gave it their all when it mattered most. It was almost like a performance. Everyone played their part.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return to power at the Academia.
Yes, even after being abandoned and neglected so many times, she's finally returned.
Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised. I didn't say.
No, everything you said is correct.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Even if those two giants of the Academia are here, I still have to say it. Those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali used all her power for the people of Sumeru. And what did they do in return?
আচ্ছা তো গ্রেটার লর্ড রুকাডে ওয়াটার কথা টোটালি এরা ভুলে গেছে। আবার গাইস মাথা ঘোরানো শুরু করবে পাবলিক।
If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns into a knuckle sandwich, right, Sino?
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but their treatment of Lesser Lord Kusanali calls for a more severe punishment.
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that you wish to have Azar and his accomplices severely punished.
I respect our deity's decision and won't interfere in any way. While we're on this topic, why didn't you accept the Academia's invitation to become the Grand Sage?
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a sage?
Not at all. But every person handling the selection process has said that you are the most suitable candidate to lead the Academia right now.
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from power?
Could you try to put it another way? This is a good thing, yet you're making it sound like I overthrew Azar for my own personal gain.
But seriously, though, I always wondered if you
I did have my own motive, but it had nothing to do with being a sage. If the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by the wayside, then it wouldn't be long until chaos ensued. I had no intention of letting their...
By that, you mean your life working as the Academia's scribe.
Precisely.
Wait, is that all?
So, that's the only reason why you joined us and came up with all.
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the personality.
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already resumed work as the General Mahamatra, right?
That's right.
Yes. সাইনো গাইস আবার
Will you
জেনারেল
be happy
মহামাত্রা।
with that life?
It's
এর
not about
মাত্রাটা
being
মহা সেই
happy.
জন্য একে মহামাত্রা বলে ডাকে।
There are merely a lot of things that I must do.
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to be happy, okay? And try to smile more every day, just like I'm doing now.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
তো গাইস সাইনোর মাথা কিন্তু উড়ে গেছে। Talk to everyone at the feast. First aid এর সঙ্গে কথা।
My lady,
Yes, what an amazing place.
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy Nilu invited.
Hey, less of that.
I seldom participate in such lively gatherings. But no, the Grand Bazaar is lively. That happiness is an emotion that'll be forever alien to those bookworms who have driven them. I seem to have taken both keys when I left the house. Oh well.
এই যে দুটো চাবি নিয়ে বেরিয়েছে তাতে কি হয়েছে সাইনো একা একা এখানে কেন দাঁড়িয়ে আছে
The atmosphere here is good, and everything is delicious. Yeah, I don't often come to such places. I have a lot to handle these days. There's always next time.
ওকে তাহলে সাইনো জানিয়েছে
Ah, there you are, traveler.
সাইনোর কনফার্মেশন পড়ে গেছে
Well,
গাইস যে
how is it?
ফিস্টটা গুড
Are you enjoying the feast today?
একদম
It's the first. You see, every guest here is quite extraordinary. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'll be happy. I'm
আমরা
honored to have her
সেটারিয়ার
think of me
মেসেজটা
this
আমরা
way.
পাস অন করে দিলাম
If I have a chance in the, I can't explain why.
গাইস আবার কাট সিন রোল ডাউন করে গেল
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You wake up once you... Of course, just wake...
টাইমটা পজ করিয়ে দিয়েছে গাইস পাইমনের থেকেও বড় এবিলিটি যে টাইমটা পজ করিয়ে দিয়েছে
It's me.
না এটা চলে এসেছে ভেবেছিলাম
You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking about talking with you, and the next thing I knew, the connection between us is amazing. It's like flora and the fence it grows upon. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events. Although you've already helped me with a lot, there's still one more thing I hope you can help. Please say
One
thank
more
you to
thing.
everyone for...
নিশ্চয়ই
Oh, is it not convenient? But if I just show up all of a sudden, what if I end up scaring them and... Yes, I have.
গাইস নাহিরা কিন্তু টেলিপোর্ট করতে পারে
You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So... I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. The flora also
Anyway.
climbs up to the fence to get closer to the...
আবার চারজনের সাথে কথা বলা হয়ে গাইস
Everyone! Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to bring you the food. It's me. Huh? That voice. Nahida?
Hold up. What's going on?
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand Bazaar. Interesting. Is this also a part of the feast?
No, of course not. Are you Lesser Lord?
Oh, you?
You know who I am?
Yes. I already know every one of you.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so
I
that
know,
I could
I-
thank all
আমার-
of you in person.
আমার বডি কেন
Thank you so much for rescuing me.
তো
Even if
গাইস
that
তোমরা
meant
দেখতেই
placing
পাচ্ছো
your
আমার
own
বডি
safety
এখানে
in
গেনশিন
peril
ইম্প্যাক্টে
and
হাইজ্যাক
taking
হয়ে
the risk
গেছে
of becoming enemies with the academia, the sages, the doctor, the balladeer, and even the entirety of Sumeru. Without you, without any of you, had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, not only I, but Sumeru and even the entire people refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. Please, allow me to...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for Sumeru, and I didn't even have a chance to do anything.
Dinyerzad, The suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of you being with me and praying for me. Thank you.
You don't need to be so ceremonious. It's all.
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be. We just.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble. You really don't need to be so.
I'm honored to have been able to take part in this plan.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much.
তো গাইস ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে নাইডার এখনো খতম হয়নি কথাবার্তা। থ্যাংক ইউ অল অফ ইউ করে তো বাওয়াল দিয়ে নিল। এইবারে নাহিডা আমার বডিটা ছেড়ে দাও। অবশ্যই আমার কনসিয়াসনেসটা ফেরত দিয়ে যাবে, না হলে ফাঁকা ফাঁকা পেন পড়ে থাকবে, ভেতরে কোনো রিফিল নাই।
Are you
So
awake?
guys, খেতে খেতে
Did you
the
rest
next
well?
day হয়ে গেছে।
After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. That just means
তাহলে
you
কি
still have a
সত্যিই
lot to
নাহিডা
learn from
left?
Master Paimon. All right, since you're awake now, should we go and have a chat with Nahida? She should be in the academia right about now.
I believe ও একাডেমিয়াতে থাকবে না, ও সুরস্তানা। ইয়েস, ও সুরস্তানাতে থাকবে। তো গাইস, ডেন্ড্রো আর্কনের মানে বাড়ি বা অফিস তুমি যাই বলো, খুবই সুন্দর দেখতে। আর নাহিডার বার্স্টও অ্যাকচুয়ালি এই ধরনেরই একটা হল টাইপের আর্কিটেকচার ক্রিয়েট করে দেয়।
Hello, Traveler and Paimon. What a fantastic night. So are we. And that is there anything you want? After recent, I've
about the
given it
Akasha
some
জিজ্ঞাসা
thought.
করেনি।
But this is definitely not a bad thing. Even from the beginning, I've been planning to shut it. The Akasha's centralized administration of knowledge has, although people may initially and the former sage, I hope that the new 6th grade sages will be more focused on that. The other big issue I've already taken. You mean what happened after the doctor? You guessed correctly. The top-ranked Fatui Harbingers, up to number 3, possess power comparable to that of gods. I was no match for him in that kind of situation. However, in spite of the bad situation, I still managed to make a fair deal with the doctor. I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate. The Heavenly Principles. In fact,
valuable
Heavenly
information,
Principles
guys.
has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I used this point as leverage against the doctor. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the Gnosis. Although it's just a bluff, he still fell for it. I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by and let such extensive damage to its laws take place. And as for what I exchanged for the Gnosis, the exchange served as both punishment for the doctor as well as a boon of new knowledge that I couldn't refuse as the god. He's still in a coma. I've hidden him like how one would hide a feather. I know you have many misgivings about him, but as someone who had become a god, he has retained a number of very useful features. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't do any evil. In addition, there are still some mysteries left in him. Some things may be very clear from my perspective, but he is still yet to his future will be... Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine, the nation of justice? As far as I know, that nation operates in a judicial system. Does their Archon personally judge people? No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra Archon, Focalor, won't preside over individual. However, even then, Focalor will still make herself present at just about every trial. It seems that she just likes to immerse herself in that sort of atmosphere. As Archon, she still reserves the right to influence the final verdict.
Final verdict.
Anyway, let's just say she's got
Unique
a
personality.
very unique
সে
personality.
দেখেছি গাইস, সেটা আমি দেখেছি কারণ ফরিনা আমাদেরও পার্টিতে আছে।
Are you sure? Isn't there something else you haven't asked about yet? Huh? While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your sister. Yeah!
We
Isn't
became,
Irminsul a
yes.
repository for all the information and memories of Tevat? So there's... This is true in your case. However, there must be something different about your sister. Because... What? There is only one possible explanation. She belongs to this world.
এটা কিরকম কথা হলো গাইস?
But nothing about this makes any sense. Wasn't this your first trip to Tevat?
You have any further
According to the
intel?
records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in Conria. After the
তাহলে
Conria disaster, she began her journey through the 7 nations of Tevat. But just as her journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul records on her suddenly become fuzzy. What do you mean, fuzzy? All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, is deliberately obfuscating her fate. And whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows what else they're capable of.
could it be related to the abyss or the Fatui?
Even that wouldn't explain how she somehow comes from this world. Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as one of the Descenders. What's a Descender? Paimon's never heard of... Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the information I received from the Fatui in return for my gnosis, right?
Yup.
A very important part of the intel was about this world's Descenders. External beings, ones that don't belong to this world. Traveler, you are Tevat's 4th Descender.
Oh my god. নাহিডা এরকম পটপট করে এতটা খতরনাক ট্রুথ বম ঝাড়ছে। ফার্স্ট আমাদেরকে ট্রুথ বমটা দিল হচ্ছে ক্যাথরিন, হচ্ছে বায়োনিক রোবট ফ্রম ওটার নামটা কি ছিল? ক্রায়োনেশন। যাই হোক, ক্রায়োনেশনের বায়োনিক রোবট। তারপরে দিল যে ট্রাভেলার যে ক্যারেক্টারটা, তার সিস্টার হচ্ছে ডিসেন্ডার নয়, বাট কানরিয়ান সিভিলাইজেশন অরিজিন। তারপর আমাদেরকে বলছে আমরা হচ্ছি টেভেটের 4th ডিসেন্ডার, আর টেভেটের স্কাইজ আসল নয়। যা তার রকমের ইনফরমেশন
So
দিচ্ছে
the
গাইস।
Fatui count 3 other Descenders before the Traveler, and his sister isn't even one of them? That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first Descender was likely what we now call the Heavenly Principles. As for the other Descenders, I still need to verify their existence. Paimon's head's about to burst from all this
সত্যি কথা,
crazy new
Paimon.
information.
Even
And
my
yet,
head is about
Even knowing all this, I'm sure you must still have a lot of unanswered questions. There are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time to go through, and soon you'll also begin your journey anew and depart from Sumeru. I'm very interested in your future. It's a journey that can't be observed or recorded by this world. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then your future will be the ultimate fate. I'm sure glad we got to meet you. The pleasure is all mine. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just close your eyes, and maybe I'll appear in your dreams.
গন্ডগোল আছে গাইস, গন্ডগোল আছে। তো গাইস টুডে অফিশিয়ালি আমরা শেষ করলাম। কি শেষ করলাম বলবো না, আলাদাই দাবি আমার। তো গাইস ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে আকাশা পালসেস দ্য কাল্পা ফ্লেম রাইজেস আরকন কোয়েস্ট আমরা কমপ্লিট করে ফেলেছি। এবারে ইনভার্সন অফ জেনেসিস চলে আসছে, কিন্তু সেই হিসাবে guys, এটা আসার কথা নয়। ইয়েস, কারণ ক্যারিবার্টে আসার কথা ছিল। গাইজ এই তিনটে কোয়েস্ট যেটা আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি সেগুলো হচ্ছে ক্যারিবার্ট, ডেস্টাইন্ড এনকাউন্টার, তারপর ইনভার্সন অফ জেনেসিস, নাইট বার্ডস ফল অ্যাট দ্য কার্টেন কল। এটা খুব সম্ভবত গাইজ আমাদেরকে বলবে। এখানে বলছে এসার প্যালমেটাম চ্যাপ্টার 1 স্টোরি কোয়েস্ট একটা কমপ্লিট করতে। আর এখানে আরো একটা দিয়েছে যেটা হচ্ছে অগাস্টাস রিকলেকশনস অফ ফন্টেনিয়ান। আর এখানে গাইস তোমরা আরো কয়েকটা জিনিস দেখতে পাবে, সেটা হচ্ছে আমাদের বেশ কয়েকটা স্টোরি কোয়েস্ট আনলক হয়ে গেছে, যেটা হচ্ছে নাহিরা আল হেতাম, জিহিয়া, ইয়মিয়া, আরানিয়াকা কেন দিয়েছে গাইস? ওকে, তাছাড়া আর কি আছে গাইস? লোটোস সোমনো লুপাসোরিয়াস এসার প্যালমেটাম। এসার প্যালমেটাম হচ্ছে গাইস কাইজেহারা কাজুহা। গাইস ডেস্টিন্ড এনকাউন্টার যেটা হচ্ছে ক্যারিবার্ট কিন্তু আমাদের কোনো চাপ হবে না শেষ করতে, বাট ওটাকে আমরা রাখবো একটা অন্য দিনের জন্য। আজকে গাইস ফাইনালি আমাদের সুমেরু কোয়েস্ট খতম হলো, মেইন স্ট্রিম গুলো। এইটা একটা আমার অ্যাস্টেরিক্স অ্যাড করতে হচ্ছে লাস্টে, কিন্তু গাইস জিনিসটা এরকমই। Destined encounter, তারপর নাইট বার্ড ফলস অ্যাট দ্য কার্টেন্স কল, রিকলেকশনস অফ ফন্টেনিয়ান, এইগুলো আমরা করবো গাইস নেক্সট ভিডিওতে। তো আরকন কোয়েস্ট 3 চ্যাপ্টার 5 কাল্পা ফ্লেম রাইজেস তোমাদের কেমন লাগলো আমাদেরকে কমেন্ট করে জানিও। আমরা আজকে ক্লেম করে নেব ফাইনাল অ্যাচিভমেন্ট কাল্পা ফ্লেম সিরিজে। গাইস জাস্ট কয়েকটা জিনিস চেক করে নেবো, সেটা হচ্ছে আমাদের কাছে প্রিমোজেম আছে 121টা আর 20টা ইন্টারটুয়াইন ফেট। আমরা পুল মারবো না গাইস, যাই হয়ে যাক। মেবি ওয়ান্ডারলাস্ট ইনভোকেশনে আমরা পুল মারবো, কিন্তু মেইন ব্যানার্সে একদমই নয় গাইস, কারণ আমরা জমাচ্ছি ন্যাটল্যানের জন্য। তো গাইস কয়টা জিনিস ক্লিয়ার করে দিলাম, আজকে আমরা রাখছি এটুকুই। কমেন্ট করে জানিও তোমাদের ভিডিওটা কেমন লাগলো, আর কাল্পা ফ্লেম রাইজেসের পার্টটা ফাইনালি শেষ করতে পেরে তোমাদের কেমন লাগলো কমেন্টে জানিও। ভালো লেগে থাকলে লাইক করবে, আর ক্যারিবার্ট দেখার জন্য লাইক করবে গাইস, কারণ তোমরা যারা ডেইন স্লিপ আর অ্যাবিস অর্ডারে ইন্টারেস্টেড তোমাদের টার্ম আসছে নেক্সট ভিডিওতে, সো সাবস্ক্রাইব গাইস। চলো গাইস রাখছি আজকে আমরা এইটুকুই, বাই।